I'm here. I'm going to take a deep breath. It's been a wild morning already. It was 47 degrees here this morning. It was 36 last week the one day. It's really crazy. And then it gets up to like in the 90s. So you dress in layers in Idaho all the time. So I know we broached this subject a little bit, I think 2 weeks ago, when I was talking about toxins and toxicity. But I wanted to touch on specifically the chemtrails because we are seeing such crazy numbers of chemtrails. Now, right now, the sky is very clear, but I can share pictures with you from yesterday where it was just crisscrossed one after the other. And, you know, it's really hard to say what is in those chemtrails, but it has been admittedly put out on the internet that it is a known thing. And I will share some links in the descriptions for both Faith Led Living and Faith Led Healing later today when I'm done here. I have a question for all of you. You know, I've lived here for 15 years and I have not had allergies. Every once in a while, when the cottonwoods would really release their fluff and really let go, I would struggle if I was around a lot of cottonwoods. A mountain boy has had struggles with allergies here that I have not. Matter of fact, I've been very blessed. I had allergies as a kid, and 3 days after I had Austin, I had to get a adrenaline shot. That's a whole other story and a bit of a long one. But from that day on, I haven't had allergies. This year, and yes, there is a lot of pollen. However, I really wonder if what I'm experiencing is not necessarily from the pollen, but what's falling from the sky. And I just want to put that out there and kind of, I would love your thoughts in the comments below as to what you're experiencing. Are you seeing a lot of chemtrails in your area? So, you know, awareness is really, really important. I have never been the kind of person that is doing videos or writing anything of any kind to inflict fear and fear mongering, because it's not how I live. I used to experience a lot of fear. I worried about all kinds of things, and then I had life-saving surgery, which changed everything. I'm not afraid of anything. Seriously, I just am not. I trust Papa, and I know that in this whole scenario, that Papa will take care of us, regardless what's going on. But I also believe that we are called to be active, that we are called to do our due diligence, that we are called to have common sense and seek wisdom. If you read Proverbs 3, it's a beautiful chapter, and it's all about wisdom. And I think that we really need to be aware of the things that are happening around us. I know a lot of people that really skirt the news, and okay, let me rephrase that. We shouldn't be watching the mainstream media news, period. Maybe for your local information, but we have the resources that we choose to seek information from that we know are reliable. The media is fear-mongering, and hence why a lot of people avoid the news or don't want to know what's going on because they just can't handle the news of what's going on. But I think that it's important that we are aware and know what's going on, but then also know what we need to do to support ourselves and take care of ourselves. So with that being said, I want to really dive into this and just take a few minutes to cover a couple things. When people hear the word detox, I think, especially the older generation, the first thing that comes to mind is somebody that is detoxing from alcohol or illegal drugs. That was a term that was always used. So let me rephrase that when I'm using the word, and we're going to do an integrative health detox, because it's important that we understand what that is. I recommend to my clients to do an integrative health or integrative medicine detox, which can be done with supplementation and herbs, and also nutrition. And I do both. The importance of that is that it allows your liver to do a phase 1 and phase 2 liver detox. Our livers get taxed from all the garbage in our environments, and I believe it's very true. Whatever's coming out of the sky is, we've got confirmed aluminum. Aluminum blocks so much in the system. That's why we see so many people with Alzheimer's, dementia settling in, because it is affecting the brain so tremendously. All of this can be removed from the body, but most people aren't even aware that this is a thing and that this is happening. So it's very important that we remove the toxicity in the body. That is why I almost lost my life in 2016, because of the extreme levels of toxicity in my body. I spent many years working to get that level of toxicity out of my body. Now I do run quarterly detoxes just to keep myself healthy, because I am so impacted, and my body is very in tune with toxicity and knows when it's over-toxified and lets me know clearly. Learning to understand your body as well and read your body when you start experiencing symptoms. And allergies are not something that we should have. Going back to that question of, is it what's in the sky? Because it became very apparent. It was very weird. Sunday, the skies were clear like today. It was beautiful. I was totally unaffected. Come Monday, there was just no clear sky. It was just all chemtrails, and I was sneezing like crazy. And, something as simple as allergies activates the body and can cause the body to go into fight and flight, just because it's responding to the struggles within the body. And for someone like myself, I do have the gene mutation, the MTHFR. So I don't break down histamine, and our body's natural defense to a threat in the body is sending histamine to that area, so that the body will then direct its attention there and combat the issue. However, I don't break down histamine. And if I'm constantly feeling like I'm under attack because there's stuff falling from the sky and landing on my body and penetrating my skin, my body is in that place of constant attack and ending up in fight and flight. So being aware of our bodies, being aware, that there's changes, being aware that we're over-toxified, that can happen in so many different ways. I am actually working on, to keep this short because I could just go super deep here, but to keep it short, I'm working on a toxin and integrative health detoxification workshop. So it will give you everything you need to know, including what to look for in your products, toothpastes, shampoos, dish soap, laundry soap, all that stuff, so that you can really clean things up. It's going to give you everything you need. It's going to explain to you the symptoms that you'll be feeling from varying different things, so that you are aware and know what's going on in your body, but knowing how to combat it. And of course, that is the quarterly detox, but there's so much more we can be doing right now, and I just wanted to briefly touch on these things. The air in our home is super vital. That is our sanctuary, where we are taking refuge. And If the air in our home is not clean, we're constantly breathing it in outside, and then we don't have any clean space to go. So having an air purifier of sorts in your home is really important. Um, I use an ozone machine in my home. I will share the link for that one down below. Um, the other company that I recommend is an air doctor. And you can go to faithledhealing.com/air doctor and check those out. Having that air purification system is going to eliminate a lot of factors that if you have black mold in your home, black mold is extremely toxic. It will remediate the mold from the air. If you know you have black mold, I highly encourage you to get it addressed. That's something that would fall under homeowners, and you can get remediation in there and get that removed. Keep in mind, we've been told that Clorox is something that kills black mold. Clorox kills, period, but it doesn't kill mold. It kills us. Clorox is nasty, and I've gotten rid of Clorox years and years and years ago. I use peroxide, or I use white vinegar. So white vinegar, peroxide in a home will help get rid of the black mold, and sunshine is a really good means of getting rid of black mold on maybe your items that were in your home. So an air purification system will help keep your air clean, because whatever's in the outside air is coming into our homes. So that's first and foremost. Second is, if you're growing a garden, keep it covered somehow, whether you need to have a greenhouse, whether you need to have white plastic up above your garden to help eliminate some of what's falling from the sky into your what you're growing. I really feel a greenhouse is the best, because you're still going to catch the wind's blowing and stuff is going into the ground. So greenhouses are a means for the future as far as I'm concerned. And many of you have extremely large gardens, and that's awesome. So, you know, that's where that quarterly detox is going to come into play, and keep your body, you're growing heirloom vegetables and non-GMO food, but Lord only knows what's falling from the sky. And I'm not saying this to cause fear. I'm saying this because I want you guys to understand. And I just touched on this just so briefly the other week, but I wanted to do a whole session on it. So that quarterly detox allows us to really unravel and unload the body of heavy metals, of so much toxicity that builds up and is in our bodies, and helps to clean the liver and also give the liver the ability to start processing. We need to have our pathways open. A lot of these toxicities keep our pathways plugged up, our lymphatic system, our bowels. Without good open pathways, we're just reabsorbing toxicity. So that plays a huge role. One of the greatest things I have found to keep the lymphatic system open and draining is breathwork. There are a lot of other things that will dry brushing, deep massage, rebounders. Those all work, but when you're chronically clogged, breathwork is the greatest tool. Not to mention, this is really cool. When you do breathwork, what you are doing is retraining your brain as you are breathing, because you are retraining the subconscious mind, the child side of your brain. And your child side of your brain starts to associate the body calming, the body relaxing. You're all of a sudden in a joyful state. Anytime I am in a joyful state and doing something that gives me pleasure, my lymphatic system opens instantly. We were out in the woods, and I started to sit in my hammock, and my lymphatic system just blasted open. I had a chronically clogged lymphatic system my whole life, so that was part from trauma. So being able to keep our bodies moving, keep our bodies regulated, keep our bodies detoxified is one of the most important things we can do. In the description below, you will also find links to a daily detox, which I believe is really helpful. So you could do your quarterly detoxes and be taking a daily detox that will help to bind the things that we are taking in: fluoride from our water, chlorine from our water, stuff from the air, stuff from our environment, glyphosate, which I believe is also falling from the sky. You know, that was in the sprays that they were spraying, but now that everybody's being so cautious, what they can't get in us otherwise, I believe, is falling from the sky. Call me a conspiracy theorist if you like, or wearing my aluminum foil hat, but I think it's important to consider these things. So, simple awareness, simple tools, and then also taking a binder. You will find 3 different binders in the description below when this goes live, because I'm live now, but I'm finding that when this is done, it doesn't go live until I put it live because of YouTube's checks. So, and hopefully this stays up. So, being able to take care of our bodies and support our bodies on a daily basis will help eliminate the dis-ease setting in and the body becoming too consumed. And it's extremely important. We see hormone imbalances, hair loss, funky skin rashes, guys, you name it, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes. All these things are just totally becoming rampant, and autism, Asperger's, all these things. And it's not a surprise, especially to me. So like I said, I am recording my workshop, and when that is completed, I will be releasing that here and to the public as a free resource. Get on, learn everything you can. There'll be printables, there'll be things that you can print out and put in a binder. For your knowledge, I will be doing this moving forward with a lot of different subjects, because you guys need to be educated, and it would take over an hour. So I'm going to break it up into these workshops so that you guys can digest all of it and return to it and have the printables. But the other thing to keep in mind is we've got mast cell activation, people with MTHFR, COMT, other gene issues, and that keeps the body from methylating. So the rest of us, our bodies are breaking these things down, but it's just getting so consumed that it's even getting hard for somebody that doesn't have methylation issues. Then you have the people that do have the MTHFR and the methylation issues, and a lot of times those on the spectrum, that's a big issue for them as well. And they need supported, and therefore they are getting immensely sicker than the rest of the population. And there's a lot of people that are having that issue. So the more we can address the body's overabundance of toxicity, the better off we will all be. And being aware of how we are being affected by our environment, and as you can see, I am not hiding inside. There is absolutely no way I am hiding from this beautiful playground that I have behind me. But I am aware, and I'm paying great attention to what I'm experiencing, what I'm seeing, what I know, and I'm also researching a lot. And I want to encourage you guys to do your due diligence as well and research, pay attention, and keep checking back here, because each week I'm going to be sharing nuggets with you that you can take away and start really honing in on what you can do for yourself and your family. And if you want to progress to a level like I have, I want to encourage you to check out the Integrative Health Practitioner. You can go to faithledhealing.com/IHP and check out what they have to offer. You don't have to turn it into your calling. It could just be you educating yourself so that you can be the best provider for your family when it comes to your health and wellness. And I highly encourage that, The other thing you can check out is the Herbal Academy by going to faithledhealing.com/Herbal Academy, which will help you to know how to utilize the herbs in our surroundings or grow clean ones in a greenhouse and be able to really take care of yourself and your family. I think that this knowledge is extremely important, and I want to encourage you guys to embark on these journeys, if not on your own, learning here from me or others that you find worthy and knowledgeable, but become educated, become aware, and also become very in tune with your body and pay attention. Pay attention. So also you can find the detox that I recommend. There will be others showing up in that same page within the next 2 weeks. But faithledhealing.com/detox will take you to the functional medicine detox that I recommend on a quarterly basis. You can run it for 7 days, you can run it for 14 days, you can run it for 21 days. My suggestion is to run it for 21 days if you've never run a detox, and then you can choose to, on a quarterly basis, do a 14 or 7 day. But to get started, I would highly recommend a 21-day detox. If you've never removed toxicity from your body, I would do that for the first 2 quarters, a 21-day, just to really allow the body to unravel from all the toxicity that we've been storing since birth. Believe it or not, yes. So that's all I have for you guys today. I want to encourage you to keep trusting Papa. Read Proverbs chapter 3. It is a great chapter. Don't just read one verse. Read that whole chapter. It is just very well, it's directing us very well into what we need to do and what the mindset that we should have. And I think it's very important that we all are seeking wisdom, knowledge, direction, and discernment on a daily basis. So take care. Have an awesome rest of your day. I look forward to seeing you next week. You can join my breathwork, which will be in an hour, by going to faithledhealing.com/workwithme, and just scroll down. You will find my group breathwork session. Do them every Wednesday. They're inexpensively priced so that you can get in and join me, and that will help open up your pathways to get you started and prepared for your future detoxes. So take care. Have an awesome rest of your day. God bless you all.